I think TSM was always kind of on the bandwagon of the double controller in the first place. So them, going over towards what you likes to do a little bit more kind of makes a little bit of sense because that's where the double controller really started. Either way, pistol round underway, GenG versus TSM. It's a quick control for GenG up towards B long area.
Ooh, Levi able to get out to safety. Quick shorty engagement there. Wardell is down, and of course the fight continues as GenG just blast their way onto the site. It's going to be the retake for TSM.
That initiation from JMD's paranoia was so good under Wardell. Can't use the shorty at that range.
Ooh, that's crazy, and they push elbow as well. That's going to at least nullify that frag. And Sean, like a turret, just on the double stack, finds frag. I almost feel like the win came up before that last player even died, but regardless, the pistol going to GenG. What a quick hit onto B.
Yeah, I think you're right when you're talking about like the win positioning before. This felt like the round was over off the first two kills, right? They took out Wardell. Ace got the first one through the smoke, but after that, it was kind of wraps. They had the site. The rotators were very late. I was not expecting that burst to come so fast. I thought they were just going for control, but then that paranoia came in through hookah, and everything changed. And TSM got unaware as well.
Yeah, he's still, Wardell might have even been able to get a one and done position as we see the eco round for TSM. Weapons are online for GenG, and they've already found two picks down the long side. Mikhail's a little low, Gimon's a little low, but it's just business as usual.
Sean getting deep in the front of hookah after they spot three players on long B. That's just beautiful, cutting off the rotation for Wardell not to get out. Good anti-eco play, and fundamentally sound.
The Broza just, for some reason, wants a lot to work with, He wants to be able to swap in and out with the shorty in the classic. Paint shells are likely to push him back. A's very late through the wishbone. I'd be looking for the exits here. He's going to be in a good position to maybe find a pick or two. But Kusta's around the bend. He's going to catch Hayes before the other catches him, and just like that, he's gone.
Look at the space that Kusta's actually gains. It gives them the ability to exit out of the long area rather than, seeing Hayes and being like, oh, they might be playing for exits on this side of the map. Instead, Sobroza gets nothing with that shorty that he was juggling to play the smoke.
Listen, it's the attempt that counts, okay? He was like, he wanted the flexibility of being able to choose his weapon of choice, But gun round here for TSM, this is where we kind of can start to expect them to hold a little bit stronger, GenG to respect them a little bit more, or not. GenG could just come guns blazing. I mean, they have the tools to do so. That paranoia you pointed out on round one, that could happen again, and Wardell does not want to be in that position. You'll see now Bang now take that hookah position instead.
It'll be interesting if that initiation factor will come into play again, because that's definitely something that combo allows. A quick skirmish here, though.
Ready with the paranoia. A little bit of initiation as well, but the paranoia is a little bit... It won't be quite in that same area. They actually just walk into hookah, and Kusta gets into the corner. A lot of injured members here for GenG. Still waiting for the execute.
Oh, Five still here. Gets tagged. He's going to get followed up on. Nothing there. There's the poison over in the back line. And the execute is on.
Oh, Wardell is so low. This is very tricky for TSM. Gimon just sprays through, runs and guns, finds another one with the Wardell back sight. 3 members strong now for TSM. Hayes late to the party, but now Sobroza's coming in hot, finds 2 on the trade. 3v2 with Spike still not down. Hayes now has finally arrived. Levi poking around the elbow. The Spike is not down. Levi waiting for them to make a move. Snakebite available. There it goes. Going to stop and delay, but still has a position to do so. They know Hayes on the other side. Levi comes out from elbow. Now it's just down to Hayes, and they are just playing and toying with him at this point. A great round for GenG.
That was fantastic from the beginning, where they immediately pressured Bang inside of hookah. Meanwhile, nothing else on the other side of the map. They were very, very ready to use their 2 drones and follow up on those drones and really get into positions. You saw how long this execute took, but before it, TSM thought it basically looked like a normal default, right? Because there's 2 drones used, and then anything else nobody really sees because they're executing through a smoke. So info not gained from TSM. They didn't push the extremities on A, and GenG capitalized. I love that on a bonus round from them because that was just Spectres, and now they look very, very good going into the next gun round.
Not to mention how much conditioning they can start to develop for the B side hold. You see, yes, I'm not really changing much. Still 3 strong on this B side, but this time they'll walk out.
Nice.
Wardell not going to spot anybody there, and he'll be behind that double stack there. So
I
the
don't want
conditioning's
Bang.
not going to work.
I don't want Bang to show himself there, because if he does, they might kind of feel that there's somebody aggressive pass towards that box. If he doesn't show himself, they can play the crossfire a little bit, and Wardell can dash. So default for GenG. This is the first time, though, they put their wall over towards A, so that might actually indicate, yes, Spike's starting to walk over there. Will be Sabrosa and Hayes to defend, and they actually have one molly at least to use, 2 mollies.
Hunter's Fury as well to engage, maybe clear out U-Haul in the process. Paranoia is going to be able to do that as well. Everything's a combination, but look at this from TSM. The flank coming in from Market. We'll have to pay attention. Uh-oh, Mikael in trouble. Still manages to take them both on. Hayes finds one on the way out. Just down to Levi. Close, but unfortunately no cigar. Unless Levi's got some moves. He does not. 4-0 start here for GenG.
Just solid anti-eco there, the default to kind of figure if they're going to push past inside of sand, but they ended up not until they rotated over. Good timing from TSM, but that flank, Mikhail just catches it, both of them. They're gone. After the Hunter's Fury, they're like, oh, we have to chase him down because he's part of this execute right now, and he's really, really far back, so he's not going to be able to get traded. But they just don't capitalize on the kills. That hurts. It's going to be a boost quickly here for TSM up on top of Truck, which definitely could catch them off guard because this is 4 players over GenG on the A side. Definitely different from what we've seen before. They might go for that basic pressure control into execute very fast.
Avoids that very well. Something to highlight, Wardell with the op. Gonna be rotating back over towards A. That's an important factor as GenG are being delayed. They'll grab the orb and back away. With the Twitch chat prediction, 51% to 49 in TSM's favor. That was a lot closer than I anticipated. You know, I'd imagine Twitch chat would be like 80-20 for TSM, but you know, here we are.
So that Viper's Pit there in Bathroom, they actually used the Seekers to counter it, and they wanted to push Hayes out past bench. They didn't manage to do it because the Viper mollies were just in the way. GMD's already up, and with this Viper wall, he has no support, so Rosa's got nothing to trade with him.
Ace is still here though, and that's a problem. They've got to be knowledgeable of this. Hayes still not spraying. The spike will go down. Finally, the spray will connect. The swing out. Hayes for 2. Wonderfully done, but it's even. 3v3. TP over towards Bathroom, and Guimond is going to enter from the backside as they set up the post-plant position with the mollies.
As this toxic screen. There's 1 molly, so this won't delay for that much, but GMD's position also playing through that Viper's Pit might do good. Ace actually refreshes it though, and he gets him. So that's not a worry anymore. They just have to worry about short. Shock Dart also connects.
Goodness.
Leviathan showing his impact so far. It's almost to half. Not to half. But it should still. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it.
It's close.
I can't believe it.
No way. They actually stalled. They stalled for enough. 1 little molly and, you know, a recon bolt, and it was enough. That is insane. 5 rounds, a Red Bull clutch here for GenG. And you saw TSM were doing the right things. They were trying to fight for short. They were trying to push them back. There was a shock dart that came in, killed Nature.
Hayes refreshes his
Mikael.
ult, you know, like so much went right there for TSM. It's just the timing. The timing was perfect for GenG, so like how to fix that, I don't even know. Maybe you're pushing the Viper off in that case. Everything going wrong for TSM right now. It's not like they're playing poorly, like you just said. I love what Hayes did, the delay with that Viper ult. Everything was good.
TSM a little aggressive this round, and so far it's working out. These positions that they've held, they found multiple frags, particularly around A short. Broza and Hayes working together. Wardell finds some action over towards B. Now it's just down to Nature. That's a little bit surprising. They just kind of caught GenG a little bit by surprise. You saw GenG defaulting early. They left the spike really, really deep, hoping to get some information first. And they were stacked heavy towards B, but The two players, sorry, looking around A. Got punished real fast with some sheriffs.
And that one was repositioning from GenG. That was good from TSM. They just got all the way down short and just waited for them to rotate back in. And I think they've noticed that they're using the drones. They're using their Trailblazer over towards Hookah in the beginning of the round. And because of that, they can take a lot of space before they're going to use their drones back on short. So far, it's been on bathroom one time, and then the rest of the time, it's been up long B and in through Hookah. And Wardell's got the op online for the first time. This is usually his initial peak, though. Won't find anything just yet. And Nature's backing off as well, so not a big concern, especially because they're coming up that right side.
Ooh, Sabrosa moving fast, but still GenG behind the smoke. Now Tailwind has to go, and they'll spray the double stack as well as he's on the retreat. Out's still gonna stay up on the truck.
GenG's used both their drones now, so they don't have space to retake these positions. Bang will be crucial here. There's nobody to support him. He's got paint shells, he's got the drone, but that timing has to be really, really good for him, and nobody to initiate with him because, well, GMD has a flash still. That fight will be crucial. That's a lynch point. And then they've got the crossfire on site too, so Bang winning that could mean the round.
A little delay here from Hayes as they start to rush in. One goes down, two for Hayes. Will he spray down one more? No. Nature takes a little bit of damage, but Bang still holding off the push from Hookah. Meanwhile, a lot of space has been gathered by Kusta. All the way through U-Haul. It's going to at least allow them to plant, but...
They have Orbital Strike, though. He has Orbital Strike. It's going to go off, and he goes through the port. He goes up away. Does he have time to plant? It's going to be close. No, with the recon bolt. That's just gorgeous. That's gorgeous. Kusta in the back line like he was the entire time. He doesn't lose a gun here. Oh, no. Hello?
Oh no, that is so expensive, Kusta. My goodness. Talk about a round that went to TSM's favor and quite handily. Kusta at least survived. Let's have a look back at the replay. It was really just hazed on this hold so strong. Really not letting them into the site and then stopping just by being there for Bang at push over towards Hookah. But Kusta definitely made it costly for TSM.
The one thing Wardell did keep his op, though, so Kusta didn't really do the damage that was very important to do. So that's still in play right now. Oh, they've got a tag. That's such a good dart. Leviathan's going to pop it early and get some damage done. Very nice.
Controller down. That's very key. Still have Gimondo, but they'll be using the showstopper to try to get a little bit more space. Bang is out of there.
Okay.
And he finds one with the paint shells. Nuts. Now Gimon trying to recover what was lost. They're all stuck there, but Bang for three. Just down to Mikael. Finally stops that train, but you know who's right there around the bend? It's Wardell. What a round from TSM.
And the new guys showing up, man. Leviathan has had so much impact in these last 3 rounds. You remember the one that they almost won with the post-plant Viper Molly? He actually contributed so well with Hayes. Hayes was there. You can see the confidence that he has for the dart to come in. That round, also, Bang is up close in front of Hookah, and the ult and the dart split that fight up, so Bang can take it as long as he wants, and he gets a kill. What more could you ask for? Leviathan definitely showing up in his first main event game here with TSM.
Wardell, second time in this close position. Battle over towards Shower. Hayes doing well. Uh-oh.
Dangerous.
Can't quite land that one, and he's going to switch to the Phantom. Just mow them all down still. Just down to Mikael, hoping to pick something up, but Bang's right there, ready and waiting for him.
The reads are good there. I can't imagine why they all of a sudden are switching to 3 starting off on A, but basically Bang is using his Boombot to take control of Showers in that case, and he's there in time to help Wardell dash away from trouble after Haste falls as the first pick. Usually that spells disaster, right? Because you lose your Viper, he has no mollies to delay on the site, and there's only one extra person there. This time, they've got the cover because they know they want to continue to go for this aggressive play by Wardell. This time he's in Hookah, though, so let's see what he can do.
Ooh. Little jump peek for Wardell. Finds Iman. That's controller down.
Yeah, that's huge. Controller down, the Omen's gone. That's massive. And the other thing is that's not what you want to see if you're GenG. Wardell heating up is the last thing you want to see. In 4 rounds in a row now, they have the opportunity to make it 5. That is how TSM gains momentum and gains confidence going forward, because at the beginning I thought that they were not having that. So this is very nice.
I mean, if TSM win this map, like it's gonna spell a little bit of trouble once we get to split, right? Like it's a map that GenG have been trying to avoid. Levi just as good as producing Hunter's Furies as he is dodging them, but Sean gets right up there with the backstab, but has to reload the clip. Ace still finds one through the toxic screen as Wardell's posted up here in heaven, and boom! That's the Sova down, just down to nature. Bang right through the cardboard. And TSM ties us up 5-5.
I just want to point it out again. Levi there dodges the ult, then gets the dart in time for Hayes once again to have control of the back of sight and to fight through his own Viper wall. That's the critical factor. And also GenG's, of course, too. But yeah, things are starting to get messy here for GenG. How do they recover it? Because I thought that their rounds were very, very good, the way they're using their double drones and getting into positions. But as soon as Wardell's got this op online, and as soon as Hayes really starts to get rolling with his Viper ults, things have gotten out of hand.
Behind every great AGL or IGL is potentially even greater Sova. And Levi is definitely making Hayes' job a little bit easier. But look at this.
It's against pistols. They're all there. Hayes only gets one. The Bank's got the ult.
Oh,
doesn't matter. And that's the danger. You get too close to pistols and they'll bite.
We'll find a couple of upgrades as well. And Viper's Pit on the site itself. This could be the round that GenG needed to try to bring us back to 6. Pushing towards elbow, getting all that space. They've got control of this site.
First time we're seeing the benefits of the Viper ult on the attack side. So how do you break through here? No drone available for Leviathan, and there's a big flash, but Wardell full blind! Full blind with the knives! He's able to get that still. Recoverable round now, because they're out on site.
Still though the spike ticks. Sabrosa out the swing, but the pit is still up. Of course, Nature has to back away. There's going to be the tap. Levi ready to pop right out. Spray still good though for Nature, as Wardell's very low. The knives are good. He knows where he is, pushing him fast, but no! Nature's got the thrifty and the round to GenG.
So good from GenG to recover there. And it was just pistols. So just before the half ends, GenG has a little bit more to show before they give up on this side. And it might be a fantastic half when all is said and done. Yes, TSM did bring the momentum a little up in this the latter half of this first half. Sorry for the wordplay there, that's terrible. And now it's a very even game. So what is TSM going to bring on the attack side? We still got one more, so let's see how this goes. Wardell for the first time picking over towards bathroom. He's paired with Leviathan. And they should know that at least one is here. They hear no boom bot either, so could be Wardell and no smoke up there or wall up.
Needs Levi to take this out. That Wardell has space to still hold this angle. Shock darts to try to get close, rid of that close 50. They'll back away.
I think that shock dart is kind of a tell there that something's up, right? Because normally Levi's been playing over towards B. He has never played over towards A. And without putting that Viper wall up, I think that they know that Wardell's opping there, and they're backing up for good reason.
The first time that we've seen both teams just hold the default on the last round of the half.
One smoke popped over towards B, actually, and nobody's actually there to receive that, so that information is not doing what GenG thinks. They think it's a fake, but it's not actually. TSM is holding strong. They know what's up.
DP to heaven. Will it be committed to? Iman does stay to it, but Sabrosa was there waiting in the smoke. Wardell finds one in the process. Another shot comes in for Wardell, just down to Nature, and he is dead to rights. TSM tie us up at the half after what looked like a gruesome start. 5 rounds down. And now here we sit 6-6.
Yeah, that is just such a good half for them. I love the entire thing from start to finish. I mean, those beginning rounds were a little dicey, Simo, but hey, they made it work down the line.
Well, make it work they did. We'll be right back after this to continue the second half. Welcome back, folks, as we dive into the second half. TSM now on the attack. They're preparing for a very similar B hit, what we saw in the first round of the first half.
Ooh.
Of course, no Omen, so it's going to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
Still could be just as explosive.
This is very interesting. The wall is already kind of indicating something different, right? They give that wall, maybe that gives them a little bit of octagon control, but other than that, it's blocking elbow in a weird way. So you can have Kusta playing in that shed where he's at right now, but playing through the wall might be a little difficult. I'm not sure how that's angled, if you can actually play in the front of it or not, but that could be a big point here for TSM if they end up going through it. They could also just push towards elbow as well, which also could catch them off guard.
Nature setting some controlling utility. Sean going to be posted up here in hookah. Kusta's playing close, not towards the shed like you said. Likely ready for the swing though, actually. A quick shot. Sabrosa's down. Quick dirt nap for him as they take the engagement long range and they'll work together. Fight through the pistols. Sean just waiting for the push from hookah. Finds one as well. Wardell is the last man standing as he tailwinds up onto the box. Trying to take this duel with Sean. Has to reload the clip. Running out of ammo, but still finds one on the way out. What a great round from GenG. Great play there from Kusta.
It countered that completely. The flash and the molly behind it, so it split up Sabrosa from the rest of his team. And usually the people in the back of the line are going to get flashed. They're the guys who are not turning as fast because it's just much harder for them. But in either case, that molly split them up. They're falling back, and Sabrosa's left in a really, really awkward situation if he doesn't turn that either. And then they continue to swing. So completely maintaining control of what they wanted. There, the round wraps with some questionable aim on both sides, I think, with the classics. But sometimes the classic giveth, sometimes it taketh away.
Right here.
Been kind of paying attention to the other side of the map. You know, I'm interested to see the A side default and see how that impacts some of the future rounds. So far, it's just been Mikael and Guimond, while the rest of the team have been working on this B side together, holding it down. Who's just been playing this long side? He's going to have to hope that ADS works out quite well. Sean and Nature, everyone's just helping out Kusta survive. Down to the two final players, Levi and Wardell.
Revealing area.
Dart, they're out front of sight and under hookah as well. Dell gets the orb, and that's about as best you can do. They're going to TP away, but Mikhail's already here down short. And I love the position there because he could take some damage on the people teleporting out, and he could see which way they're coming. But at the same time, he could fall back to safety really, really nicely. So that's exactly what happens. And GenG take the first two rounds very, very cleanly just on the first half, just like on the first half.
Yeah, I don't exactly know if we're going to get that 3 more round combination that GenG pulled off in the first half, because that would be a little bit more impactful in the first half. You know, first half you can, you know, lose rounds, whatever. We saw it end up being 6-6 anyway. This is where those 5 rounds strung together would be very impactful for the success of this map. So let's have a look. TSM guns online. Thinking about that early B default again, but Kusta's been a menace over here. Thankfully, he's just got the frenzy, so TSM might have a little bit of better luck.
Oh, nice. That's good stuff. I'm very surprised.
We'll get the ult anyway.
For that. Still a point available here, though, to feed to Sabrosa to get the orbital strike as much as possible throughout this half. I really want to see him take it, not Wardell. The knives, at least Leviathan, but they're clearing out Octagon, making sure everything's safe, and it will be towards Leviathan.
Nicely timed little paint shell there. They actually won't even go for the orb. That's so unfortunate. One little paint shell. Mikael, though, has pushed up, similar to last round, but this time it's the gun round, and he's down. No success on that hold, and this A site is wide open for TSM to plant.
That's good stuff. Trying to take advantage of the no sentinel, but Bang is there, and they're actually going to trade him no matter what in that situation, pretty much. But Sean finds another one. Here's Leviathan doing all the way back by himself there. And he falls back too, so now they actually have to pay attention to the flank where it's not really coming in due time.
Yeah, and there's going to be an upgrade as well for Sean to pick up, but let's have a look at the battle here at hand. Nature finds an opening pick here on the hold onto Hayes, and they're all very low here for GenG, so anything is possible for TSM, but their goal is to just get these weapons out of the hands of TSM at all costs necessary. Molotov to delay once more. John waiting for it to tick as he's positioned down short. Iman on the swing finds one from range. And now you can see Wardell has to escape, and guess who's right there to accept him? It's Sean. Little upgrade for him. The round is won, but at what cost? TSM, so many weapons lost in the process.
And don't forget the bonus was the anti-eco was very good, so that was a bonus. Kusa only with a frenzy, things like that. Not as damaging as you think. TSM with only 2 guns carried into the next round. This will still be very fine for them. I mean, they brought it at 7 rounds. You're going to take anything, no matter what. But money-wise, yeah, you can see hurting a little bit. Some people don't have their mollies. Exactly.
Yeah. Ooh, Mikael. Playing with fire, my guy. That is dangerous. Still survives and looks for more. Wants those seconds. Paranoia to push them back. Cabbage is out here to pinch them in from behind. Hayes tells him to sit down. Kusa's out.
2 rounds in a row where Kusa gets very risky with those plays. The Seekers popped out of the teleport. Oh, nice shot from Nature, though. Wardell going to try to peek with him. Or Sabrozer's going to try to peek with him, but seeing his head get chopped off that fast, he's backing away. Still a 4 versus 4, though, and all smokes available, so this execute could be pretty powerful. Both players in sight, though, Sima.
A little dangerous. Here comes the Levi recon. Both spots, one out, and boom! Alley-oop for Sabroza. A 1-2 punch takes the second. 2 players remain here for GenG. 1 player flanking in from Market.
30 seconds left. Spike play.
TSM in a pretty good position to close out this round, but you have a lot of injured members. Rosa, Bang, both not as healthy as they would like to be. And Gimon's going to make that a little bit of a problem as they pinch in from the elbow combo, but Mikael is down, so just down to Gimon here. Feels like the impossible for him.
Feels like deja vu for some reason. I don't know why I'm remembering GenG in a position against TSM and Hookah. I don't know. Either way, he'll back off. He's not going for the round. Sabroza first. Won't get it. Bang swinging as well. Oh, GMD just destroys almost everybody. And once again, expensive. How does that stack up? We'll have to see. GenG lose 2 in a row now as well, so they're not going to have that much either in the bank.
That's tough. GenG doing such a great job. That's 2 rounds in a row. Not in a row, rather, but this half
with
that
economical
it is a row.
Right?
It is in a row that they've done some heavy damage. Now, mind you, GenG are unfortunately in economic disadvantage themselves, but at least look, Wardell's with the shorty. I know he's going to pop the knives, but again, utility slowly starting to stack up. Of course, with winning the round, they're hoping for everything. Mikael comes running out with the shorty. Does get traded. Gimon wants to pinch in Levi, and they're actually going to pinch in with Kusta as well, who teleports in. But of course, Levi sidesteps, looks for Gimon here as well. Okay, hold on. This is starting to slowly slip away from TSM, just down to Levi. And GenG pull out another thrifty round. Well, not another thrifty round, but they do some heavy damage and clutch things out.
Hey, that is another thrifty. That was the 6th round that they got was a thrifty too, don't forget. On the first half, so there you go. And GMD's starting to feel himself. That's 2 times in a row he goes crazy with it. And that's just with a Sheriff. So very well done. Off the back, so who was that who just ran in like a psychopath with a shorty? He's just like, yep, this is my smoke now.
Mikael.
Mikael, my goodness. Talk about put your life on the line for your team. That is so nice. Big walk up here. Here's where the econ hurts, right? That's multiple rounds in a row with damage, and now they lose one, and all of a sudden they're reset. Nature gonna fight them though, and Hayes gets the first pick. He's alone. It's Kusta and Long. Takes out the spike. There's an ult pops. Not able to take out Bang with it. Sean is trading. GMD to the smoke! And he gets 3 once again! Talk about on fire. There it is.
You know, controllers don't get a lot of love, but Gimon is getting a ton of love right now. This is just dirty. It's a little bit unfortunate that Bang walked right into the crossfire. Levi was just trying to get those plant credits, man. That's all he wanted, just to feed his family. 10-8, as GenG are reaching a point that they could potentially slowly start thinking about how they want to close this one out. They've been doing such a great job in this second half. It's like, feels like a different GenG that I'm looking at.
Well, be a little bit preemptive because Wardell has not got that op out yet until now. So it'll be a nice recon again, and Levi's just good with it. He's just going for the Hunter's Fury. No matter what, if he gets a little bit of a tag, that can find value. And most importantly, look, it's pushed everybody out of bathroom. They have to spend the drone to try to get back in. No, they actually give it up and play it in the smoke. But things like that add so much control to TSM, or to TSM right now.
Unfortunately, as every second passes, that control is a little bit lost because it just goes back to a default. TSM, or rather GenG, haven't quite moved. Still waiting for TSM to make the first hit, and Showstopper to push back the Viper Spit, but it's going to maintain the control, I believe. The Showstopper did not hit Hayes.
Revealing area.
I think, unless it's not showing up on the radar.
Might just not be showing up.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. Either way, they drone back up long. Kusta denies that. Nature's here in the back of sight, though he's got teammates.
20 seconds, though. TSM have to make this hit fast. Then Mikael's waiting on the opposite side. Hayes manages to cross through. That doesn't mean the rest of TSM. And he hears a herd of wildebeests running through, getting into the off angle. Paranoia to try to help him out. Doesn't matter, though, because he still finds one anyways. Now Gimon waiting for his moment to shine. A quick tailwind. No, not going to survive. And Sean with 2. Gimon now's going fishing, and he comes up with a silver bass just down to Sabrosa. And he is down and out. Round 11 for GenG.
What is that from Sean? Like, how does he get that second kill? I am mind blown. Just running with the Phantom. That's just Phantom things, man. That's just Phantom things. He's trying, like Bang is trying to get through the wall there. He's like, come on, let me in. No chance. And that saves the round too because they're all so focused, right? When Wardell takes contact there, he dashes away. Sean's still spraying his gun. Bang falls as well. All of a sudden, they have to put a lot of attention over towards the U-Haul side. So nobody's paying attention to the flank that GMD is coming through the smoke. He takes out both. That's crazy.
And now Chet has to talk to his team, corral them back. What do we do? How do we fix this problem? And I think really, to be fair, for that last round, they just didn't have enough time. They couldn't flush out that A side fast enough. And Mikael, you know, being the first responder, heard them all coming, and he could just call those rotates early. And GenG didn't really feel like playing for retake. And that, I probably shock and awe TSM. We weren't prepared for Sean just running out, Mikael running out, Gimon hopping into Poisonous Cloud. GenG have been, I think, playing a little bit surprising or shocking TSM at certain points with just how aggressive they'll pop out at a random moment. They're not always playing aggressive. But it can be a little surprising, just catch you off guard when an Omen's running at you. A Phantom.
Well, got to come up with something. I honestly think that their default has been working very well. I think that round they take Wardell's off and try to clear hookah with it, with nobody backing him up. And then they don't even really gain anything off of taking hookah either because they're playing in the back of sight and hiding from Wardell's op. GenG's doing a great job denying anything from that, and only got it one time in the round. Probably only going to get it twice.
That's unfortunate. Broza finds a pick. Nature waiting for them to maybe pick up that weapon and try to find a refrag or something, but they'll pick that one up. Drop that over to Sabroza, and he's going to start the entry. Raise a little bit into elbow. Nature survives, and they will get complete control of this site. Retake will have to come in for GenG.
It's a little dangerous. No big ults unless Nature gets onto the site. And he's playing all the way back at elbow as well, so... Comes down to TSM right here, hitting the shot stream. He's going to flash quick at Wardell, but... Dart's not helping. Sabroza with two. He's inside the two, but all of a sudden it's all up to Levi.
Dart's available. He can get sprayed here as well. Econ goes in. Now he's got the shock darts as well. He gets sprayed here very dangerously. Another one goes in. Finds Gimon, but still the spray. Just tough territory. Lots of sprayable material there. Defuse will come in, and it's match point for GenG.
That was close. That was really close. They didn't get half there. Leviathan manages to get away from that box just slightly. All of a sudden, he has to start playing the time with him and, you know, faking the defuse, faking. There's not enough time for that situation, so that could have gone very, very differently. Good attempt from Leviathan, but better from GenG. And I honestly kind of like how they just sat in the shock darts. You know, they're both full HP. Kind of tank them. Let's get this defuse going. And that's match point now for GenG. Wardell has the op.
Nicely timed little Roomba there as Sean placing it a little bit later, buys himself a little bit of time. They actually have to send another drone in just to clear out Hookah. And they'll see Sean retreat back. Orbital strike to clear out the Octagon from Kusta's shenanigans. That doesn't really matter to him. He's posted up in the shed, ready to go, has those birds on command. Viper's Pit from Nature all the way over towards the A site and playing it a little bit passively. Ooh, great first pick here for Wardell.
Just waits for it. He knows. Oh, look at this. It took so much space and there's nobody there this time. Last time it was Sean, you know, popping the Raze ult and whatnot. Hayes has gotten all the way up. And they're kind of playing like they did against, or like GenG played against them, which was just to take short when there's a bathroom ult. But this one is different, right? Bathroom ults is kind of in the site rather than inside a bathroom. This would go huge. There's one. Yes, that's a massive frag.
Yeah.
30 seconds
Follows it
left.
up. Ooh, baby. Operator down. Great ADS there from Sean, or great presence of mind to check that quick. Iman on the flank is a little bit troublesome, but a great TP as well. Knowing that this may be a lost cause, leave Hayes behind, but they need to worry about Sean, who's running fast. Hayes manages to deal with one, but they need to deal with the planter. Sabroza gets in. There's going to be the TP as Gimon will take him down. One more comes in. Gimon! How? Stop this. 2v2.
Last player standing.
One player remaining, just down to Gimon. They could swing off this together, but he's in the sight. Now going to start playing it. The running, coming, the one, the two, but bang! Manages to clean that one up, and TSM stay alive still in this map.
That dude, off a great lurk from Hayes. Getting himself 2 kills. One of them was free. The second one, I'm not sure how it went down because they were all TPing back to the other site. GMD could have caused issues there, but everything ends up working out for TSM in the end due to Sabroza getting a 2K in the back of sight. That's something we didn't quite see because we were so worried about the flank from GMD causing massive damage. 12-9.
Standing ahead.
G match point still. They've got the economy for weapons here, and Kusa has his ult. You know he's done some weird stuff with that, so be aware.
And he's ready. He's long, ready to hop right in. This battle seems never ending. They're still fighting for this control. The Cabbages can make that pinch even more greater, but they have to respect the potential short push, and especially with Sean falling like that, that can make things a little troublesome. But Bang gets tagged by the drone. Now he's going to pop through with the Cabbages. They're just going to rush them down, and it works so well for GenG. Now they'll get the plant down. Won't be allowed to leave the showers, but at least TSM know that a lot of players are stuck here. Good shot, though, from Hayes to take out Kusta. And a Viper's Pit as well to try to keep things in contention here. GenG, they're slowly inching forward, want to take care of the Viper, but Hayes survives and takes down BMD, just down to Nature and Mikael. Wardell with the op and the knives, and Hookah, as they're just taking them around and around and around the pit they go. Hayes with 4. TSM, 2 more to take us to overtime.
Oh. And that started off like, you know, kind of weird in the bathroom area, but eventually we called it out that Kusa might end up going through that TV with the Seekers like he did in the prior iterations of when he had that Seekers. This time he does it, but GMD is playing very close to the bathroom, and he goes with a big flank, and it works. It works great. They regain bathroom control, but TSM does the right thing. Wardell with knives in the back line, plus the ult, allows them to cover. Very nice. Hayes as well, kind of using the ebb and flow of where they're going to go when they're chasing down Wardell inside of U-Haul and whatnot. He's popping out of his Viper ult, getting himself some kills.
Ooh, nicely done from Bang, especially to track him through the smoke there. Great opening pick. And of course, that was the only Spectre that came into this round. The rest of GenG down to just Sheriffs.
A little bit readable, I'd say, for Mikhail, because that's the second time he's pushed bathroom on eco round. There hasn't been many for GenG, but that's why Bang is playing so far back on the default.
But do they expect the second flank?
Oh, the third from Kusta.
Oh, Guimond, what are you up to? What are you up to? You crazy, you mad lad. Only finds one. Bang will put a nail in his coffin. Nature's still on the site, though, as Kusta is flanking around. Sean laying in wait around the bathrooms, and he's going to find himself a little hazed. Waits for it. Finds a 1-2 punch as Bang will be able to stop the bleeding temporarily, but this is a 2v2 and very dangerous as well. Sean manages to find a showstopper, which means Wardell's got to be very careful with this op posted up. The boost out. Shot as well. They don't have a lot of time. The flank from Kusta. This could be it. Sean GenG with the thrifty closeout.